Good morning. Myself, Dr. Ritesh Kumar Saraswat, Assistant Professor in EC Department of MLB Textile and Engineering College, Bhilwara. Today we will discuss about the different types of multiple access technique, TDM, FDM and CDM. In previous lecture we have discussed about the different types of spread spectrum modulation technique. Today we will discuss about the time division multiple access technique in this lecture. So basically there are the three types of multiple access techniques. First one is the TDMA, second one is the FDMA and the third one is the CDMA. TDMA is the time division multiple access technique. FDMA is the frequency division multiple access. And the third one is the CDMA is the code division multiple access. So let us start. The first one is the time division multiple access technique. In TDMA, each user is allowed to transmit only within a specified time interval or the time slot. Different user transmit in different time slots. So basically in TDMA, each user are identified for the individual time slots. When user transmit occupy the whole frequency bandwidth, separation among user is performed in the time domain. The specialty in TDMA is that the whole frequency bandwidth are allocated for all the users, but users are identified for the each individual time slots separately. Next one PPT represent the TDMA frame structure. TDMA require a centralized control node whose primary function is to transmit a periodic reference burst that defines a frame and forces a measure of synchronization of all the users. As seen in this one figure, the total time defined is T, total time frame is TF, and the time slots are identified as the TS, are divided in the four parts 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the reference burst are connected with the time slot, and the whole one section are known as the time frame, including the reference burst and the time slot. The frame so defined is divided into time slot, and each user is assigned a time slot in which to transmit its information. Next one PPT represent the TDMA guard time. Since there are significant delay between users, each user receive the reference burst with a different phase, and its traffic burst is transmitted with a correspondingly different phase within the time slot. There is therefore a need a guard time to take account of this uncertainty. Because of that, when we are not applied the guard time, there will be a interference between the information for each slots. So to avoid the interference to the consecutive users, we have to using the guard time to provide the propagation delay and avoid the interference between the consecutive information. So as see in case of without guard time, there is a indicating the overlapping between the two information. When we consider as the above one part is the second slot, below one part is the first slot, but there are the similar line and the similar approach are using or the two information. But in case of with guard time, there is the separately identify for the above one part information and the below one part information. So the each time slot is therefore longer than the period needed for the actual traffic burst, therefore avoiding the overlap of traffic burst even in the presence of these propagation delay. Next one represent the TDMA preamble. Since each traffic burst is transmitted independently with an uncertain phase relative to the reference burst, there is the need to a preamble at the beginning of the each traffic burst. The preamble allows the receiver to acquire on top of the course Synchronization provided by the reference bus a fine estimate of timing and carrier phase. Preamble basically attached at the initial part of the information provided the uncertain during the transmission of the signal or information. Next one section define the TDMA transmitter block diagram. As we see in this one PPT, there are the basic blocks are first one is the buffer related to the slow in and the fast out. Input is the digital signal given to the buffer. Next it is given to the TDMA coder, which is associated with the code generator. The code generator is responsible to generate a code for the TDMA. Next it is given to the pulse shaper to generate the pulse or shape the pulse which are generated by the TDMA process, and finally given to the modulator. Modulator basically connected with the carrier generator, and the carrier generator are given to the modulator, and the finally TDMA signal is transmitted. So that is the whole process of the TDMA transmitter. Thank you.